Good morning, y'all. I'm going to be honest. I'm mostly doing this to prove a point about being okay because, you know, last night I had some harsh conversations. And I guess I need to prove to people that even though I'm changing some of my formats and doing some temporary stuff, I'm going to be okay. Why am I going to be okay? Because I do the stuff that I'm supposed to do to put my health and everything else first. It's like I said, these times are going to be uncertain for people like me especially including those who deal with mental health issues. So I'm grateful. I got an appointment this week. I'm going to talk to my doctor about all my concerns, get things right for myself, and just keep going from there. I think, for real, the issue I'm having right now is the fact that people don't want to believe that people who have what I have with consistent help, because for me, it's a lifelong process. I've had adjustments for years. Whenever I change where I live, find mental health professionals that can help, people who listen, people who give actual proactive tips. The whole reason why I've been throwing myself into things that I can control is because I learned long ago, you can't control things around you. All you can do is focus on yourself. When things get stressful for me, it's easier for me to dip than it is for me to stick around and be stressed out unnecessarily. Stress is not good for me. And I've said that several times. It is why I don't fuck with people who will bring me unneeded stress. I have nothing for anybody who has stuff for me. That's y'all's burden to bear. I'm going to focus on what I can. My own mental health, my own family, and everything else. What I think is really ridiculous at this point is showing that I've moved on and still getting people from a certain community deciding that they want to come in and not even talking about me. They're still mad at past association. And it's like, I'm not going to talk shit about people I used to like. I don't have anything for them. I'm completely numb to this whole entire situation. I had my fun. It was no longer fun. Downright stressful. So for me, bounce time. Move on. I think that it's really important for those who, even if right now you're in a place where you're not even sure where to go for your mental health, to know there's resources out there, to know that you might not find your first fit. That's why it's amazing what you can do teledoc now and online. I think people act like mental illness is just a one-size-fits-all, and people want to assume, because they've only seen the negative of mental health on here from people who aren't officially diagnosed especially, that's the standard. My goal was always to show there's another side to this. There are people who, while I'm not going to take it to my doctor's office, I know what it's like to struggle with this. 20 years ago, I say it all the time. I'm glad there wasn't YouTube. But now that I have things that I want to actually live for, I do what I gotta do. And it's a fucking constant. People act like you know. There's a reason why there were days where you didn't see me around. I was putting my health ahead of all of this nonsense. And I'm still doing so. Staying into my routine, getting up at the same time every day, doing chores, getting right and done, doing things that I know will give me a sense of peace in times where I don't feel peaceful. That is what I do. I know a lot of people can't understand that because it's not you. We are not all the same. I can't tell anybody else who's struggling with any mental health how to really do things. All I do is recommend to get help. I think what really is starting to dawn on me is that I feel surrounded by people who don't understand that when you have a support system, when you have actual doctors, when you're doing what you need to do to keep your focus, you can get through a lot of stuff. I'm not giving in to hopelessness. I'm just checking out from things that stress me out. Talking about politics right now, too much of a stress. Dealing with old communities, wasn't even part of it. I enjoyed the fun side of that. When it stopped being fun, I realized the writing was on the wall. People put themselves into positions, and I would never. Good. That's you. I've always done things my way, for my comfort and for what I can tolerate. And I tell people all the time, y'all aren't me. I'm not you. How you handle stuff is how you would handle it. Me, if I don't have to be a part of something, I'm fine with that. I had to be talked to another social media site the other night, and I almost hard-nosed it. Because honestly speaking, I don't like having to keep track of all that shit. But I was pleasantly surprised and wrong. I think the whole idea of just wallowing in misery right now is not worth it. I'm going to lean on the resources that I have. I'm going to talk to the doctors that I've been talking to for years now. And I'm not going to worry about things that are out of my control. I think, for real, more people are going to have to take that. I told a sister girl on Twitter today, it's okay to not be okay. People expect a lot out of people like us. They expect us to be strong. And that trope has broken so many people's spirits. You don't have to be strong all the time. Our resilience is baked in. So do you. Get that help you need. Disconnect for a bit. Go and do what you can to just take care of yourself. A lot of people don't want to understand that right now. They think everybody should just be dour and sour all the time. And maybe if I wasn't getting help, I would be. My ass is like, no, let's be proactive. Let's not continue the doom and gloom cycle that some are. And I've been in it long enough to know there's going to be a lot of people peddling doom and gloom just to make money. And I've never been about that. I don't want to be about that. And a lot of people felt called out when I said that shit on Twitter, but I mean it. You're looking for heroes right now. I don't know what to tell you. I've never believed in that shit. Save yourselves. Do what you gotta do. So with saying that, even though I'm still gonna do a full 30 minutes, I'm letting you know I am taking a break for a bit. I plan to come back December 7th to Twitch. I plan to keep re-uploading my Twitch cast, which I'm gonna do a whole new format to this channel. If this is not for you, then I do not want to hold you here. I will do these Fitbangs again because I still like exercising. I just don't like recording every day. I think it is time for me to stop worrying about what other people think and just do what I gotta do. I am so hyper-focused right now on doing what I can to secure my house, to make sure that everybody in my home and those who I feel are close enough to me feel safe. And I can't do that worrying about outside influences. I've told people all the time, and I don't think people believe this, because they really don't get what antisocial personality disorder means. It is easier for me to be disliked because I'm used to people seeing me as a bad guy anyway, than it is to be liked and disappoint people on shit that I didn't even know they'd be disappointed on. I don't want to live up to people's standards because I can't do that. There's no such thing as perfection. There's no such thing as a perfect human being. You are wanting something that doesn't exist to me. I've seen the worst of society, and I've seen some people try to be the best of society. And I've seen those people get torn down too. That's why I remain and will remain chaotic neutral. I've cut ties with every single person. Now, I've hit do not recommend channels, to even my favorites right now, because I just don't want to deal. And I think it's fair for me to not want to deal with any of this shit. There are bigger things on the horizon for me to be focused on. And I know people feel a certain way about that. And if you do, that's your feeling. I think what troubles me is the fact that it feels like people are trying to browbeat me into caring about how people I've never known, never met, Don't kick it with on that level. Feel about me. Like, y'all take this shit way too personal for me. You really do. And I can't stop you from doing it. I'm just telling you, I don't plan to or ever want to involve myself in shit that has nothing to do with me. I don't need people's government names. I don't need to know their business because they ain't my business. And if that's what you do, have fun doing that. I am like really shocked that people think that this is just an act. And then I had to tell myself, they're probably used to people saying they're out and not really being out. I said it, I meant it. The only thing you have for me is past videos. I have no interest at all in dealing with stuff I walked away from. It's not the first time I've had to do it. It's not going to be the last time, probably either. I've always been the type that has told people, once I don't find something interesting, or once I'm just totally over stuff, I don't want to fucking deal with it no more. And like I said, I enjoy these Fitbangs. I enjoy talking about stuff that I understand and that I can share. But even I realize that right now, in the current climate, the top thing for me is protecting myself and my own mental health, accepting things that I have to let go of, fighting for things that I can fight for without putting my ass in the danger of doing so. Y'all don't have to believe anything I say. You just don't know me from the jump. You only know me from these videos and the lives. When I do the lives, that's the real me too. I show an unchanging personality because, like I said, when I realized that things had to change, I accepted that. I don't want to hear that's not fair. It really is what it is. I don't need people getting upset on my behalf because it freed up time. Sure, it was a change that jarred me, but what can you do? I think the problem I have is that a lot of people, you're so used to the frauds. I'm just going to say it like that. The people who pretend to be nice. The people who pretend like they really care about stuff. And then when you see somebody that says, I don't care. I'm just here to be nosy. I'm just here to have fun. And when I have my fill, I'm just here to not be around. I think people think, well, if you don't want to be around, why are you still on YouTube? Which that's funny because I was on YouTube before any of this shit. And I could just reformat the channel the way I wanted. I feel like there was a hyper focus on because I thought certain people were cool and nice and funny to watch. And now I'm just giving them what they want. I'm not bothering them. They haven't been bothering me. It's all the people that hate them that are bothering me. I've taken wrenches from people that I knew don't want to associate with, and I don't want to associate with them. Everybody who still has a wrench will still have a wrench. I don't take shit personally. But when I know I can't fuck with somebody, it's easy for me to hit that unsubscribe. It's easy for me to end the membership. And no, I'm not petty enough to just try to get money back or anything. I let the shit run out naturally. All I want to be is left alone. And if you're not going to, it's like I said in that short. YouTube gives plenty of tools. And sometimes I don't even have to do anything because people who mod for me see a comment that they think is going to set me off, even though I told them I don't care either way. And they get rid of it. If I see something that I don't particularly think is right or just egregiously trying to troll me on behalf of somebody that I don't talk to anymore, you're gone too. I don't want this shit from the old community. I was not in this long enough to have that personal tie. I liked talking to certain people, but they didn't know me, I didn't know them. I liked the fact that I could see familiar names each day, but I can do that on social media and with people who've known me for a long time. I was in Girl, I think today officially makes a year. I honestly feel like I had enough good time to where even walking away, I don't have to dwell on the end. I wasn't here long enough. I don't have the knowledge, and there are plenty of people who do have the years of knowledge and archive that you can support. So I've kept telling people, and I was serious about it. If you came only for the girl world stuff, I'm sorry. You can leave, and I won't have any hard feelings about that because I can't be about that anymore. There are way too many people that think I want to just talk about her. I don't have to. I have years of actual interesting things I can talk about without having to repeat myself, at least on these Fitbangs. Because I know I've shared some of them on my Bonnet Chronicles, some of them in other spaces. So it is what it is. I just want people to understand that this isn't me just calling out people who left. This isn't me calling out creators. This is me thanking people who gave me a chance for almost a year to be a part of something that I was an outsider looking in and feeling a certain way. I know now that it ain't for me. And there are plenty of creators who are still in this, who still give it their all, who still have majorly good points about her and others. And for those of you worried about the people still talking about me, I don't see those people. And I keep telling you, the moment I seen what they were up to and up about, they got blocked. I'm not going to join anything that even highlights them anymore. Because I need to keep that line of demarcation going. I need to make sure that people know I'm not in this shit. And the only way I can do that is to keep my distance whenever it's a topic that I don't want to be a part of. There are going to be some creators who have invited me to do things creatively, and I'm definitely going to accept their invitations. And whenever it's about stuff like that, y'all will see me around. But other than that, I don't want no parts of any of this. I am putting me and my mental health above any of this fuck shit. And there will be some creators who I got memberships of, like Garlic, who I don't intend to end my Garlic membership, even if I'm not currently watching his videos, because I supported his stuff because I enjoyed the way he covered things. There are other people who I was going to continue memberships, but they stopped memberships. So now, I'm not worried about that. But I'm telling you, you won't find me in the people's chats that I'm being accused of walking back or trying to support. I made a mistake. I owned that mistake. That video is up. I jumped in emotionally when I should have been logical and rational. I wasn't. And I'm willing to admit that. I had a lot going on that day, and I didn't want to listen. I only heard a story that after really going back and listening, didn't add up to me. And instead of crashing out on this person, I just said, all right, I'm just not going to fuck with them no more. I think if I was that kind of channel, because I've stressed that I've only gone after Chantel when I was doing that shit. If I had given any indication that I was like that, then you would have had a fair assessment that I should crash out against this, crash out against that. I don't crash out easily. And certainly not for people that I don't know on that level. So it's like I said, this is all I can say about this. These Fitbangs will come back in December. My other format on Twitch will be uploaded in December. I'm still trying to time whether or not I'm going to be able to do Saturdays every Saturday. I might have to do stuff on Sunday now. I don't know. The future right now is not certain, and I got a lot of stuff to do. But what I'm not going to do is be pulled into shit that has nothing to do with me. You don't want to hate me because I mouthed off months ago about certain topics without even directly making streams or using the people that I called out the actions content. Go ahead. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's easier to be hated than it is to be liked. You disappoint people when they like you. When they hate you, normally they're supposed to leave you alone, but not here. When people hate people on here, it's like you get a hate boner anytime they do anything. So it's like, okay. For me, when I don't care for people, Because it takes a lot for me to use the hate word for people. When I don't care for people, it is easier for me to be indifferent. Indifference seems to piss people off too, so it's like, hey, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. So I might as well just be indifferent. I might as well just keep doing me, because that's all I've been doing over these years, and putting me first. Some of you need to learn that lesson and how to do stuff like that. Some of you just want everybody to be overly emotional, upset about shit being said about them. If the shit ain't true, why the fuck am I supposed to get mad? I can't argue with people who are factose intolerant. I can't prove myself in a court of public opinion, so I choose not to. I choose to keep doing things the way I want to and having fun the way I want to. And I think a lot of times, people who even got my back forget that about me. And I just need y'all to chill. Right now, I'm focused on things that make me happy. I might not be able to do a lot of things that I wanted to do this year, but I can do so much more now. And I think that gives me peace. And I think right now, you're okay to feel what you want to feel. If you're angry right now, be angry. If you're sad right now, be sad. If you're indifferent like I am, good on you for that too. No one can tell you how to feel in any situation. I just beg people who are at the end of their rope, which I've seen a lot of that even today, to look for resources. You have people out there that will listen. People who will listen to you and not know what the fuck you're talking about, but understand how it's affecting you. People who will give you tips and solutions. People who will give you the medication if you need to keep your head right, get the rest you need and everything else. I think a lot of people don't understand that this is years of mental health help for me. This is years of understanding that this shit works for me. And it's not a one-size-fits-all. That's why I always send a caveat that find your person. There is literally a therapist for every walk of life now. There is literally doctors out there who will work with you with severe mental health issues. We are in a time right now of uncertainty. So I definitely believe in leaning on professionals right now to try to help. But remembering that those professionals also are people too. It's like I said, you can't get to even this place overnight. And I'm not 100%. I had my moments. I think I went through all the stages of grief Wednesday. Because it is a lot to process and go through. But knowing that I have doctors I can talk to, knowing that I have an actual support system, knowing that I am loved no matter what, is helping me process a lot of things more. So I say this to all of you who have bothered to watch these, who continue to support me no matter what. Thank you. Because you are appreciated. And I know right now I am not as active as I was. I'm tired. I think I'm allowed to be tired. And I'm ready to just take some time to legitimately focus on what makes me happy. I am focused on creating how-tos for people who ask me on Twitter, well, what should we do with certain things? How can we start container gardens? Things that I have been experimenting with myself that I can try and share helpful tips. This is what's important to me right now. And this is, once again, because I feel like I have to clarify, no shade to those of you who enjoy talking about the heifer, since I get to say that one last time, and whoever. I am not your mama. I am not the thought police. I am not a person who tells you that you can't feel a certain way about things. I just choose what I want to care about and what I don't. And what I don't want to care about is arguing with people who only want to argue for the sake of hearing themselves. I don't want to beef with people that it's not just, hey, you're fat and ugly, or hey, you're a clown to me. It's, hey, let's try to destroy your entire life because you happen to like somebody that I don't like, or you happen to don't like somebody that I like. I don't understand the levels, and I don't want to be pulled into doing this shit too. I don't find that interesting. I don't find separating people because, oh, I seen you in this. The only people, and I'm honest, I block a lot of you motherfuckers because you are helping spread lies about me. Why would I let you smile in my face and be in my chats like I don't know that you're out there saying that I walk back my association and I'm supporting people I don't support? You don't know me, but you're so really quick. A little magpie, yap, 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 and squawking about what I'm doing. When I would tell somebody if I was going backwards, I'm not. I'm not interested. And I've said it. Clearing up a lot of that girl love stuff for me put my algorithm back to where it was in 2016. Skits, crafts, true crime, historical stuff, and economics, including budgeting and finance. It's surprising to me that I can openly say this several times in several lives and videos, and even on my lives, which people say, well, you get the real person in the live, y'all still want to act like, well, no, that can't be true. So it's like, you know what? I'm not going to keep proving myself. I don't have to. YouTube was always supposed to be something fun. My channel blew up way too quick, and now that it is quieting down, it has become more peaceful for me. And the only thing we are dealing with currently are people who really think that I'm going to come back if they antagonize or remind me of old associations. Which is funny saying old associations because they just ended last month, basically. But they are old associations to me. Associations that I really don't want to get back after all of this. I just want my peace. So if you take it as I'm coming at y'all angry, or you take it as, well, I always hated that bitch anyway, good. Do yourself a favor. Leave my black ass alone. And I know, I said black ass, I'm race baiting. I just want my peace. So I'm going to take some of the sage advice that I've heard as well, because people can't stop sending me things. People can't stop trying to pull me into things that I am wholeheartedly not interested in. And I'm going to take my needed break. I'm going to focus on the things that make me happy. Baby, what's wrong? You all right? Okay. Your room looks very nice. Thank you. We might need to dust just a little bit more though, but it does look a lot better. So thank you for that. My thing is, I am content. And if that bothers people, there's nothing I can do about that. I've had my time of stress. You're not supposed to jump in front of a camera when you're stressed. You're not supposed to jump in front of a camera when the lows hit. And I maintain that shit. This is not a spectacle. This is my real fucking life. And I refuse. And I think anybody who goes through mental health should refuse to be a spectacle for people's enjoyment. I do enough. Y'all want to mock enough of me even putting in these Fitbangs. So enjoy that. What I am not going to do is exploit my reality for views. I don't want to show negative sides of mental health. You got several examples of that. You can go to any corner of the internet and watch people use what I'm living with as an accessory and the reason to excuse bad behavior. I'm the first one to say that I'm responsible for my actions, whether it's dealing with a major low or non-lucidity. That's why I'm very careful. And when I'm not feeling shit, to leave it alone. I'm not going to put my health to the side. It is my top priority. YouTube shit comes and goes. But keeping my shit together, that's the most important thing. So it's like I said, I'm not here to apologize no more. I don't have anything to fucking apologize for. I enjoyed the people that I used to enjoy on here. I no longer do. I am going to keep doing things my way on here. And I understand that that'll probably lose me people. That's how it works. What I think people wanted was me to cry and beg for a community that told me y'all don't want me. So I am leaving you alone. And no, that does not open me up to other communities that want to talk shit about them. I'm not interested in those people either. I just want to do me. And if you want to stick around for that, I will be back in some way, shape, or form in December. But till then, I am going to enjoy, put my mental health first, enjoy doing things my way, and enjoy the fact that I feel freer now than I did even a few months ago. So thank you for watching. Try to have a good day and get help if you need it. It's a rough world out there, y'all, and you got to navigate it the best you can.